Today, the moon continues in Aquarius. So the moon goes into Aquarius on Sunday afternoon, just a little bit after 2 p.m. Pacific time. And of course, we had the new moon in late Capricorn on Sunday, just before noon Pacific time. So late Capricorn, meaning that the moon went into Aquarius a couple of hours after the exact new moon. And so we have that shift into the energy of shakeup, of uh, authenticity. So Aquarius is where we need to be, who we are. And it has to do with freedom. And freedom, if you think about feeling free means being who you are, right? It's not freedom if you have to be something that you're not. So those two things are very much connected. I'm Marina Orms here with your Astro vibe for Monday, January 19th. So we are now one day past the Capricorn new moon, still very much in that new moon vibe. So if you haven't set your intentions for the month, there is still time. It is still a very potent time to do so. I like to set intentions within a couple of days of the exact new moon. That gives us a little bit of flexibility if we have some busy days or something going on and we forget to work with that new moon energy. So we have a good window around the new moon where we can set some positive intentions. And I had a powerful video yesterday about the significance of this 28-degree Capricorn new moon. Capricorn, of course, being about systems and structures, boundaries, limits, how we organize, foundations, planning, strategy, all those kinds of things, but also responsibility and maturity and self trust, deepening into that place of trusting our inner knowing, trusting our own wisdom. And so we are going to be moving through this moon cycle, learning more about self trust, learning more about how to shore up those foundations of remembering who we are and standing on that as a foundation, allowing it to direct us, to guide us, to provide us with that sense of structure that we can build from. So with the Capricorn energy, of course, getting organized is always a great time to focus on getting organized and getting things in order. So laying that groundwork, that foundation for how you want to feel supported going forward, having that plan that you can then simply follow, or having things easier to manage in your day-to-day life. So we have that Capricorn energy of getting organized, but let's also remember we have this strong Aquarian energy. And even with the exact new moon, we had Venus and Pluto conjunct in Aquarius. So that Aquarius energy also very much influencing this moon cycle, but also not only that, but of course everything's moving into Aquarius now. so Pluto is, of course, it stays in a sign for many, many years. So Pluto's still in Aquarius, but Venus recently entered Aquarius after, all five inner planets were in Capricorn. Now, one by one, they're moving from Capricorn to Aquarius. So Venus was first. And now we have the moon on Sunday, right after the new moon, entering Aquarius. And on Monday, the sun follows the moon into Aquarius. So on by Monday night, we'll have Pluto plus Venus, moon, and sun all in Aquarius, with Mercury to follow on Tuesday. And then by the end of the week, we will have Mars in Aquarius as well. So we're quickly shifting gears into this Aquarian energy. So while Capricorn has us really focused on how we need to understand the way things work, So we need to know the rules, the boundaries, the limits. We need to know what they are so we can work within them. And that energy of Capricorn, which does have goals and strive for achievements and success, but it does so within the system. So Capricorn needs to know the rules, because when you know the rules, now you know what your parameters are. You know what you need to do. You know what you should, and you know what's not going to be most effective. Um so that Capricorn energy has us really like thinking about the systems, the structures, the rules, the boundaries, all of those things that feel hard and fast, that feel and even authority, right? So Capricorn, Saturn energy, also very much about authority. And so looking to authority and what is authority doing, and kind of having a focus on that. And then with the Aquarian energy, it's kind of breaking free of all that, right? To heck with the rules, right? So let's throw the rules out the window and do what we want to do. Now, there's pros and cons to that, right? So so we need some structure to have agreements, right? So we can work together, because if we throw the rules completely out the window, then it's hard to work together, and it's hard to stay committed to a task and to stay on track to get there. So that's how the Capricorn energy really serves us. The Aquarian energy can bring chaos and surprises and unexpected developments, but it can also help us remember, oh, even though there are rules and systems, there's also my authenticity. There's also my need for freedom. There's also the importance of thinking outside the box to access new solutions. And that is very important as well. So we want to be thinking about the highest vibration of these archetypes, these energies of the zodiac signs. So the moon in Aquarius, the moon is the mood of the day, and it gives us that sense of our inner needs, and how we can think about our self-care is that need for connecting with ideas and accessing insights, inspiration, higher level thinking, and curiosity to go beyond the boundaries, go beyond the way things are supposed to be or have been in the past, to open to new ideas, new thinking, and new solutions and possibilities. So accessing those the thinking that may be outside the box that can help us get where we want to go is all part of the journey as well. So moon in Aquarius means we need that time and space to space out, to not feel the stress or the clutter of all the worries and concerns of things that normally weigh on us, because when we can clear that stuff out, we're creating space, and in that space we can think of new solutions. We might see the answer or gain the clarity or the way to move forward. What does that look like? So with the Aquarius moon vibe of today, the mood of the day, it's a great time to clear your thinking, clear your head, get outside of the normal thought circles that that you might do, whether that's worrying or whether that's just simply some habit and routine you have about how you think about things. Clear that out of the way, get it out of the way, because when you make space, you can have those new perspectives and access clarity about how to do things differently, because we have to, right? We're moving in time into the future, and as we go into the future, we don't want to just keep repeating the same things over and over and over. Like, what's the point of that? We want to learn, we want to grow, we want to discover new possibilities, new creative ways of doing things. We want to invent, right? That is what we are here to do as human beings. And that's what our authenticity and our freedom is driving us towards. So, thinking about what you want to invent, what new ideas, what new thinking you might connect to. And you can access that simply by not repeating the thought patterns of the past. And so, some of my tips in the past that I've shared for working with an Aquarius moon would be things like spacing out, like drink your cup of tea and just space out, right? No agenda, nothing you're doing. Stare out the window, do some art, listen to some music, go for a walk, get out in nature, anything that kind of helps you clear your mind. And that can help you access new ideas, new thinking, new perspectives, and possibilities. So, as we go through the week, we have more and more of this Aquarius energy. We do, of course, have on Sunday afternoon the moon conjunct Pluto, power planet Pluto, accessing truth, shaking things up, maybe revealing something that helps us think about things in new ways. And then on Monday, continuing as the sun enters Aquarius, and the sun, after, it'll take a couple days to get there, but it's moving toward Pluto. So we'll have that sun conjunction to Pluto. Again, themes of power and empowerment and truth coming to the surface and new possibilities coming into our awareness as we go throughout the week here and heading toward next Monday. So a week from today, Neptune goes into Aries. And this is really significant shift of an outer planet from one sign to the next sign. Last year, we had Neptune going into Aries for a few months, and then it retrograded back into Pisces. So we're finishing up that work of Neptune in Pisces, getting ready on January 26th for Neptune to enter Aries once more, taking us into that energy of action, of movement, of new beginnings, of courage, of risk taking, of moving things forward. So, as you can see, it's really important to connect with your big why as you get ready to take action, to take risks. You want to be doing so for the right reasons, right? Moving toward something purposeful and meaningful rather than, shall we say, taking risks for no good reason, which is the shadow side of Aries. So we want to be conscious about what we're taking risks for and why, and that it matters. What we're doing matters to us. It has meaning for us and is connected to something we care about. And then we are heading into that Saturn. Saturn will enter Aries as well on February 13th, and then the conjunction of Saturn and Neptune on February 20th, which brings me to a very exciting announcement that I'm going to be sharing a series of guests to come and talk to you about the Saturn Neptune conjunction. Some of them are more astrologers with more astrology perspectives, and others are bring their healers, their energy workers, and so they bring those ways of working with the energy, which is what I'm all about. So we're going to be having some great conversations. You will not want to miss this. So go and sign up for a free account at transformationalastrology.com and stay tuned, because over the next few days, I'm going to be sharing more there and posting about what is coming up. So go grab a free account there and stay tuned here on my YouTube channel for sharing here as well. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And thanks for being here. And I will see you next time with more astrology for unshakable self care. Bye for now.